everyone, it's Snuggie. Today, I want to talk about how to overcome the fear of drawing. A lot of people fear drawing something new because they feel like they might mess up the drawing. As someone who graduated from an art school and now working as an illustrator, I have to admit that this fear doesn't go away. I think it's because the older you get, the bigger your ego gets. And you don't want to crush your ego, so you don't want to risk failing a drawing. Hence, you stop drawing. But as COVID-19 and lockdown continues, I know a lot of people are staying home. I think drawing is as helpful for your mental health as reading or meditating. I have one tip for those who are afraid they got too rusty with drawing. Pour yourself a glass of wine, put on your favorite piece of music in the background, go on Pinterest, pick an image, and just draw. The beauty of this method is that if you mess up the drawing, you can totally blame it on that glass of wine. It's not your lack of talent. I have to admit, after graduating from art school, there was a period of time I was very unsure about my artistic skills or talent because I wasn't getting enough freelance work. And after a while, I was scared to draw something new because I was afraid of failing. So this is the method I chose, and it worked for me. Drink a glass of wine, do a drawing. If it turns out great, hooray! If it's horrible, it's the wine. It makes complete sense to me. I can't drink wine every single time, but I do whenever I have an art block. I graduated from an art school 5 years ago, but getting older didn't mean I got better. The older I got, the higher my standards got. And to be honest with you, I still get that sense of fear before starting a new drawing. Another tip that I have for those who are afraid to draw is to do your sketch in pink or blue colored pencil. When you do a softer sketch before you go on inking, it makes drawing that much easier and less intimidating. This tip is for people who are intimidated by white paper. A blank paper scares a lot of people, so before attacking it with a black ink, try to sketch with a colored pencil. I know it looks very cool to draw without any sketch at all. A lot of famous Korean artists on YouTube draws with ink right away, like Lee Yun, Cho Mang, or the infamous Kim Jung-gi. But if you're starting to learn how to draw, I recommend trying to understand the structure of your subject with a rough sketch and then adding line work on top. I used to draw this way too, drawing with a ballpoint pen straight on white paper. But if you mess up with ink, you have to start over. This may be a discouraging experience for those who just started to draw. So give this a try. When I was little, I used to draw without worrying about the outcome, and it was the best feeling because nobody expected anything from me. I was a little kid. So every time I drew something, I was complimented just for finishing it. But the older I got, the more I got complimented on how good the drawing was. And I think that's when people start to limit themselves into one type of subject. I think it's also important to explore different themes instead of drawing one type of drawing only. By the way, I'm using a red Prismacolor in this video, and that's my favorite color pencil to start sketching. Lastly, if you have not majored in art or have no experience in drawing, I highly recommend starting drawing today. I believe consistency is the key to improvement when it comes to drawing. No one criticizes you when you try out a new recipe or a workout. So please don't be too harsh on yourself when you start a new drawing. Think of it as casually trying out a new recipe and just have fun. I hope you can just purely draw for your own enjoyment. Remember, all artists make bad drawings. We just don't share them. I like to share one of my favorite quotes from a professor who taught me how to sketch without fear. Her class was all about sketching and experimenting different ways. She really pushed our boundaries by forcing us to draw with our left hand, drawing without lifting our pencil up, or drawing without looking down at our paper. She was trying to make us not focus on the outcome, but to enjoy the process. This is when I realized the beauty of drawing, because it's quite meditative. You focus on capturing the subject and nothing else. When you feel intimidated, just pour a glass of wine and start with a color pencil. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks so much for watching.